Hello and welcome to Applying Functional Anatomy. I'm Marcos here with,
Zach Swinbourne.
and we're here to talk about different training styles and different splits that you can use to maximize your success. So first, we're going to talk about what is a training split. Zach, what's a training split?
So basically, a training split is throughout the week when you work out, you're splitting your workouts for different muscle groups, pretty much, or like certain parts of the body, what muscle you want. So you have different splits such as push-pull legs, upper, lower, the bro split, full body, and then customized workouts.
Right. So, like an organized divvy up of training to maximize different muscles being used, and so you get the best amount of recovery and then the most amount of work on the muscles. And so why does it matter? Because everyone has different goals. So everyone has different, things that they're looking to achieve, like strength, like mass, like endurance, mobility, stuff like that. And so we're going to get into that. So if you don't know anything about training splits or training styles, techniques, all that good stuff, we're going to get into that. So to start off with the first type of training style, I have foundational training. So that includes balance, core, flexibility. So basically you're trying to gain flexibility over a range of motion, and then that's kind of, if that's your goal, if that's what you're looking for, that's basically called foundational training. And then next is plyometrics / ballistic training. And so that's a type of reactive training. And so you're basically seeking maximum force in the shortest time. So that includes like speed, agility, quickness, and you usually see this as body weight movements, so not a lot of equipment, not a lot of dumbbells, kettlebells, stuff like that. You see this with athletes, football players, soccer players, where they bring out the ladder on the field and they do the footwork, or the tapping the cones, the quick turns, sprints, stuff like that. And then next is cardiorespiratory training, otherwise known as cardio. And this is a goal of improving the health of your heart and your lungs. This takes into account like heart rates, maximum heart rate. Your focus is kind of being in a target heart rate zone, and then you train based on that. Next is interval training. So this is a series of low to high intensity workouts with resting breaks. And the most popular type is HIIT, or high intensity interval training, almost offered in every single commercial / corporate gym ever now. All right, next, the biggest type of training, resistance training.
Yep.
So this includes muscular strength, muscular endurance, hypertrophy, mass size, and then muscular power. And the three biggest categories in here is powerlifting, bodybuilding, and CrossFit.
We're not going to talk about CrossFit.
Let's start with CrossFit, just to get that out of the way. So it's training movements, all right? And your focus is on speed and intensity, but
You lose all form.
you sacrifice
You have no form.
all the form. So it's kind of you either love CrossFit or you hate CrossFit. There's really no in between.
Like, I'm not going to hate on CrossFitters because, like, it's what they want to do, but, like,
Yeah, right. I mean, it's better than sitting
for
on the couch.
me, I like more bodybuilding training,
Right.
so I like form.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, there's a place.
Yeah.
There's a place. It's better than sitting on the couch. It's better than not doing any exercise.
That is true.
But CrossFit, especially the people you see on TV, absolute monsters.
Yeah,
the men
it's-
and women
it's
you see
really
training.
cool to see them actually do it.
Yeah, madness. But things like the muscle up.
It does so much damage to your joints.
Yeah, I mean,
it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. It's cool to see people do it, but they don't understand the consequences with doing it.
Right.
It's bad for your joints.
yeah. I mean, you see like the 15, 16-year-olds that are just
Ripping them out, yeah.
cranking out the muscle ups on on the move strong. But yeah, so that's CrossFit. You see a lot of CrossFit gyms opening up around here. And then next, powerlifting. My personal favorite,
Yep.
self-pronounced powerlifter. So this is training strength, also movements. This is mostly going to incorporate barbells, compound movements versus training muscles. So this is the squat, the bench, the deadlift, the military press, stuff like that. So you're training multiple muscles in a single movement. So it's like a pressing movement or, the squatting movement.
For those of you that don't know, the compound movement are all the workouts you just said. Squat,
Right.
squat, power clean, deadlift, bench.
Power cleans, yes. So more movements. And then
And that's more for strength, correct?
more for strength. You're not, mass comes with strength, and that's, a different conversation. You can't have one and not the other.
Right.
But your focus is strength. Now bodybuilding.
My personal favorite.
Zach's personal favorite. So what is bodybuilding, Zach?
Basically, so most everyone that's going to listen to this knows about bodybuilding. Obviously, you know about the big names, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, especially right now, Chris Bumstead. Bodybuilding
Boom.
is building your body, getting as much muscle as you can, as much mass as well. So you have different bodybuilding like competitions. You have your classic like Chris Bumstead, and then you have your men's open like Ronnie Coleman and a ton of other ones. But basically bodybuilding is, like I said, you're putting as much muscle and mass on your body and trying to look as aesthetically pleasing as possible to win a competition.
Yeah.
Or if you're just
Right.
doing it for your own benefit to look
Just
that way.
to look good. Look
Yeah,
good
pretty much.
in the summer.
Get all the girls.
Summer fit. So yeah, it's working the muscles, not movements. So isolating muscles, and your goal is to get big and to look good.
Absolutely massive.
Get massive,
Yes.
look good, look lean.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of huge powerlifters, but that's not the
Also,
intention for
good
it.
point. I was going to bring up Russell Orhe,
Okay, yeah.
one of my idols. Okay,
Mhm.
if you guys don't know, he created Corrupted Strength, and he's the founder of Get Better Today apparel, I believe. Absolutely one of the strongest people I've ever seen. Massive.
Yeah,
Like if you looked at him, you would think he was a bodybuilder.
probably, yeah.
Absolutely. Like I think he's starting to do some like CrossFit type of things nowadays, but oh my God, like so he does this type of power building. So he gets
power-
strong and then does, which is similar to what I do. You do
Right.
the compound exercise and then you move into a little bit of to bodybuilding. So, and so I'll get into that a little bit. Power building. So, power building isn't necessarily a formal type of training, but it is a like very common, I'd say,
Yeah.
nowadays. And
I feel like a lot, like even football players, they do it.
yeah, right. So
I feel like most athletes do in general, actually.
yeah, I would say that too.
'Cause
Well,
they're not
athletes that like have an emphasis on resistance training for their goals. Like I don't think you'd see a lot of tennis players doing. And no, no hate to the tennis players. No hate to the tennis players. They're
they're
amazing,
badass, man.
but I don't think too much resistance training is put into the
Right. No, I see what you mean. Same with like golfers too.
Right.
Like,
But-
you don't see them doing that.
So power building is you start. So you want to start your workouts when you have the most energy doing the compound movements.
Right.
So, what it looks like is if you're doing a type of upper body day, you start off with the bench press, the compound movement. And then once you finish your sets, your reps, you're satisfied, then you move into some bodybuilding exercise. So the sets and the reps look different and the volume looks different. So you would, like an example would be you bench press and then after that you go and you do like
Cable flies.
cable flies.
Right.
You do cable flies or you do dumbbell chest flies on the bench, and you do like a little bit more higher reps in another set for Now you're looking for mass. So that's very similar to a lot of things you'll find nowadays. So before we get into the different splits, I want to talk about liquid IV. And what is it? Liquid IV is a superior hydration formula. Typically, when you drink fluids, they pass through the digestive system, losing water before your body can absorb it. Liquid IV uses CTT, cellular transport technology, that has a precise ratio of sodium, glucose, and potassium that allows for the water to be delivered to your bloodstream earlier in the absorption process. This means an expedited delivery of water to your body. Ultimately, this means that you are hydrated and you feel better. Liquid IV's mission, this is the best part, so regardless of how good it tastes and how you hydrate you, you know how they hydrate you, their mission is to help people everywhere live better lives and give back to the community. In 2015, they began a small donation of 500 servings to a homeless shelter in LA. And now they have totaled over 16 million servings donated worldwide. So I love them. I drink liquid IV every day. It tastes awesome. It helps me rehydrate after a training session on the field or in the gym. And as a Live athlete, I have a special discount code for my followers and listeners to get 25% off and free shipping with code Marcos Papakostas, full name. Just go to liquidiv.com, type my name in the code space, or just visit the link in my personal Instagram bio. I think they're also found in Walmart and Costco. Maybe not Costco.
And Walgreens, yeah.
Walgreens. But yeah, drinking it right now, actually. Drinking the hydration plus immune system boosting powers. Yeah.
Phenomenal flavor, man.
Phenomenal. Amazing. Zach, you drink liquid IV?
I drink liquid IV all the time. When I have it, I'm drinking it. I'll drink a whole pack in like 2 days.
100%.
So good,
like 3 packs a day.
Hey, it hydrates you, man.
No, it does feel great. I love, especially after soccer.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, different types of splits
Let's get into it.
of resistance training. First, upper lower.
Okay.
Upper lower. So,
I got some pros and cons about it.
pros and cons, go.
All right, so for upper lower, your pros, you're in the gym less, right? A lot of people that are coming to the gym, they're either doing it very quickly to get a workout in, or they're here like you and I for 3 hours because we like the gym. But you're in the gym less doing upper lower. You're hitting each muscle group 2 times a week, and you can work on progressive overloading and increasing your main lifts, such as bench, squat, deadlift, stuff like that. Now the con is you have less volume per workout. So if you want to gain size or mass, this is not the split for you.
Right, it's tough to get in.
Yes. I could see this more as someone like they want to work out before going to work and they just want to get a quick lift to stay fit.
Yeah. Or let's say you have 2-3 days a week where you actually have time to get to the gym.
Right.
So you're so busy, but
like I could see people doing this because, like I said, the pro is that you can progressive overload your lifts and gain strength for your compound movements. So I could see people that, like football players or soccer players that are coming into bench, squat, or deadlift or power clean, they could do this and improve their bench and all those compound movements. Same with powerlifters.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
I could see that.
So I think a typical upper body, upper lower day, or upper lower split, would be like upper lower, rest day, upper lower, rest day.
See, I see people like they do upper lower, then 2 rest days.
Or 2 rest. Yeah, that as well. I mean, honestly, it depends on your schedule, but and then, of course, what that looks like is pecs, shoulders, triceps, biceps, the back, the lats, and even core. And then the legs is the legs.
Yeah.
Glutes, hamstrings, calves, quads.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. Okay. Also wanted to put in there that Jeff Nippard, I want to plug him in there real quick, has an amazing upper-lower program on YouTube. I would check him out.
Go check it out.
Love Jeff Nippard. All right. The most common split out there. Push-pull legs.
That is
Push-pull legs.
one of the most common, if not the most used.
The most used.
that
And I
I've
think
seen.
rightly so. I'm going to say rightly so. I think it's great. I think it's
I love push pull legs.
I think for the average lifter, the average gym goer, it
It's
maximizes what they're looking for, like
Yeah.
their goals. And so
I
push
could
pull
agree
legs.
with that. Yeah,
What's that?
I could agree with that.
Yeah, I think so. Even if you're starting out in the gym, I think push pull legs great. So push pull leg is honestly what it sounds like. So you have one day of push movements. This is like chest movements, shoulder movements, tricep movements. You're pushing away from your body. Pull day, you got back, you got biceps, and that's pretty much all you see for a pull day, and then legs. So you got a full leg day in there. So typically what that looks like would be push pull leg, rest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, pretty much. And then I got pros and cons for all of these.
yeah, go ahead.
Your pros for this is you put more emphasis on training your specific muscles, like that group. Obviously, push day, like Marco said, is chest and shoulders. That's what you train that entire training session. Pull day is mainly back, and legs is mainly legs. And you have really good recovery time because you're doing it twice a week as well. If you want to gain strength and size, this is a split you want to do because you're working the muscles 2 times a week.
Right. You get in a good amount of volume. You get a good amount of rest. So by the time, 3 days? 2 days of rest?
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days of rest. If you
one.
include the rest day, it's
1.
no, but I mean so you hit legs. You're not hitting legs again until
you have
3
2
days
rest days
later.
between.
So you get So even the DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness, you should be chilling by the next day.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's so good that way.
Yeah. Your cons for this is you have less room for fixing weak points. So if you have a weak point for shoulders, are you gonna sacrifice doing less chest for more shoulders that day? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Obviously, legs,
that makes sense.
you have your whole day for legs. So you can split it up. Day 1, you can do quads and calves. And then day 2, you can do hamstrings and glutes. But
Yeah, that's true. It's less. I'd say it tailors more towards strength gains versus mass gains.
I can see that it's mass because it's 2 times a week.
Less volume, lesser volume,
Yeah.
and yes, just like you said, it's going to be hard to isolate. You know, a abnormality of less mass on the shoulders, or you want to work on the glutes a little bit more, but you only get 2 leg days in a week. So, yeah. So that's
Another con you have is you more time in the gym. So if you're a busy person, don't do this split.
yes,
Because
100%.
you're not going to get a good enough workout if you go in for 30 minutes and leave. Because, push your shoulders and chest.
Yeah.
Back, pull day is your whole back, and legs is pretty much your whole legs. So
Yeah,
you
especially
need
legs.
at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours every workout
Right.
session.
Well, you and me do a little bit of push pull legs, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see, we'll talk
And we're-
about this split. We'll talk about the customized
Yeah.
workout split.
Right.
But,
Right. But I was just saying, before we get into our splits, which we'll get into later,
yeah,
we're in the gym for
2 to maybe 3 hours.
3,
Yeah, a day.
sometimes 4.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next
Second home.
is, I have it in here. We really talked about it a little bit. Was power building, which is similar to what I do. So it's essentially a push pull leg, but you start off with the power lifts, and then you get into
Your accessories.
your bodybuilding type of sets and reps and volume.
Which accessory lifts are your lifts other than your compound movements, pretty
Yeah,
much.
accessory is so essentially
Yeah.
just not compound lifts.
Yeah.
Accessory lifts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and then next up, the full body split.
This is honestly a great if you're a beginner lifter.
100%.
I think it's great
I agree.
because it improves your how your muscles
Muscles.
how your muscles function together, all together.
Right.
because you're
Right.
doing upper body, lower body, back, chest, legs,
Mm-hmm.
all in one day.
I mean, and I even saw this YouTube video. I forgot who I saw it was. It was someone who changed. It was an advanced lifter who changed his split into a full body.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I believe it was 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week. But he saw massive gains. And I think I think it has a purpose. Like, if you get enough recovery, you get enough nutrition, stuff like that. I think it's great, especially once again, similar to the upper lower, people that are busy, people that don't have the time.
Yeah, for the only thing with full body, like you've seen my pastor, he's massive. He always does full body workouts, and he's not juicing either. He's just a big dude. The only downside to full body is you have no isolation to muscle groups.
That's true.
So you limit the amount of hypertrophy and strength you get from those
Right.
workouts.
And I think you fatigue faster. So the muscles that you put at the end of your workouts aren't going to get enough volume or enough intensity. So, but if you are busy person, I think it's obviously
and a
better than
beginner,
nothing. Doing a full body workout, getting in 2-3 times a week. So yeah, that's full body. And
I would say for full body, do it if you have no aspirations to gain muscle. Like, you will gain muscle, don't get me wrong, but if you are striving for mass,
your main goal is
to get fit.
Stay fit. Stay fit, just be in the gym.
Exactly. It's if you want overall muscular endurance, base strength, athleticism, that's pretty much what full body will do for you.
Next, the bro split.
My favorite, otherwise known as the body part split or body part.
So this looks like chest day, back day, shoulder day, arm day, leg day.
Yep, and you rest.
Then you rest. This is the bro science. What's his name? The one guy, bro science something.
I have no idea.
You never seen him on YouTube? With
I can't.
he used to be with Bradley Martin. What's his name?
Is it? No, it's not Steve.
It could be Steve.
It's not Steve. Will do it.
No, not the Note Boys.
Yeah, no.
No. It was the.
It ain't
He's the
him.
one. All the bro science videos on YouTube. What's his name? I completely forgot his name. I have to look it up.
I can't remember. Obviously, it's not Coach Greg. If you don't know who Coach Greg is, Greg Doucette on YouTube. He's phenomenal. He's super smart. He's an IFBB pro, so look him up.
Bro,
Tag,
okay.
Just look him up.
I found the channel. It's Bro Science Life. I forgot his name.
Show me a photo.
Yeah, it's this guy.
I can't see. Hold on, give me.
You're telling me you never seen him?
I have. I just don't know his name. I don't know his name.
I bought one of his shirts.
But
anyways, the big proponent of bro science right here. This is a very bodybuilding split.
it is. This and push-pull legs are the two most common workouts for bodybuilding.
In general, yeah, I'd say.
Yes. The bro split will get you massive gains because you put on isolation on your muscles.
Yes. Also, you're not getting strong, really. But back to the point, there's no strength without mass. So you're gonna get strong, but you're not gonna get.
You're not gonna get as strong as a
Yeah,
powerlifter.
You're not gonna find the strength gains. Okay, this is for, bro. I'm gonna get big, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get massive.
I actually watched a video today from Jim Stark. They had Noah, who's a powerlifter. Don't remember his last name, and Chris Bumstead and a couple other lifters. The only reason Chris was able to outlift him was because of brute strength. Noah was just under him because he had perfect technique. They were doing push press.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's a power lifter, but he's a big dude. Strong, but obviously Chris Bumstead just won the men's classic physique 3 years in a row.
Absolute dad right
So he just won because of brute strength.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about the bro split.
I mean,
Unless you got your pros
it
and cons.
still has, yeah. So the pros, like I said, you can focus more isolation on the muscle. Another pro, since you're only working one group per day, you have a lot of time for full recovery,
Yes.
which it could be a downside.
You have a lot of time to get the volume in because you have a
Right.
day dedicated to it, and then you have a lot of
Yes.
time for recovery as well.
And you're less tired. But the cons, like I was just saying,
But you're also not hitting that same muscle again for
you
fat minute.
you might become impatient before you hit the
Yeah.
other session. Because like if you hit legs, say you start Monday, you hit legs, you have to wait the entire week to hit legs again on Monday.
Mhm.
That's, excuse my French, shitty. It sucks,
Awful.
especially for me because I'm a big leg dude.
That's chicken legs right there.
Yeah, no girl wants chicken legs.
No girl.
No
no
guy
girl.
wants girls with little legs.
No. Nobody. Nobody likes that. Unattractive.
Point being, right? Moral of the story: do legs.
Do legs.
Lots of legs.
And more than once a week. But yeah, so yeah, that's the issue is when you get impatient and then you start mixing days together and it starts to look like a push-pull leg. Where you're
Pretty
like,
much.
you're hitting chest and you're like, I really want to hit shoulders too. So then you hit shoulders and
Yeah.
then you're like, you know what, might as well hit triceps. Looks like this is a
Push
push-pull. All right. Last is specialty splits. So it's like a custom split.
Yes.
And so this.
Want to talk about
takes-
yours first?
Yes, I'll talk about mine first, but I just want to say that if you are looking for a custom split, things to take into account is, are you an athlete? And what are your goals? What are you looking for? You're looking for strength. You're looking for hypertrophy. You got massive legs and no upper body strength. You hit legs once a week, and then you kind of do sort of a push-pull bro split type of thing looking the rest of the week. And vice versa, you got some chicken legs. You do legs 3 times a week, and then you split up the rest of the upper body muscles in 2 days. So yeah,
I mean, I will say, not everyone's gonna feel the same with these splits.
right.
Obviously, I feel like if you want to do a customized workout, do different splits first. Do a couple of them, whichever ones you like the most. Stick with it, because when Marcos and I are going to explain our splits, our customized splits, we kind of take into account. We've done all of these splits before.
Yeah.
We know what they're like.
Just for understanding, we've done all of these splits.
Yes.
I've tried all of these splits.
Say,
Yeah,
we
so-
we know what it's like.
It's been 5 years for me in the gym,
Yeah,
with
it's-
trial and error.
uh,
How long for you?
It's been a while.
Been a while.
It's been a long time.
But yeah. So, are you gonna go in get into your split?
Mine? Okay. So my bro split is Monday I do chest, Tuesday I do back, Wednesday legs, Thursday I do chest again. Wait, no, Thursday I do shoulders, Friday I do chest again, and then Saturday I do legs again. So as you can see, it's kind of like the bro split, but I took out arm day and replaced it for chest because I'm just gonna include it in my chest and back days.
Right.
And the reason I have 2 leg days and 2 chest days is because, one, I love working out legs. You know this. If I could work out legs
Love
all week, I
legs.
would.
We love legs.
We do love legs.
Best day, leg day, best day.
And the reason I'm doing chest is because I want to grow my chest more, so that I'm hitting it twice a week to grow it. And the only reason I'm doing shoulders instead of back twice a week is because legs and shoulders are my 2 favorite things to hit. So, got to hit shoulders once, which obviously you could say like hit it with your chest, but I don't really need to grow my shoulders that much or my back,
Yeah.
but I need to
For
grow my
everybody that wants to know, Zach has massive shoulders, boulder shoulders. Swear to God, go find him after this. Massive shoulders, lucky guy.
chest. Link my Instagram and the podcast. But
So
that's
that's-
pretty much my split.
Okay.
I do bro split with a little bit of push pull legs.
A little bit of push pull. Okay, so
Like
me, I do push-pull legs, power building, push-pull legs. So it's not really like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, do this. I usually have my rest day on Sunday, so Monday is when I start my push-pull legs. And sometimes it's legs, pull, push, or legs, push, pull, or push, pull, legs. It's going to be wherever I started is when it continues this pattern. So my leg day is back squat, so I get my compound lift in. My main focus, because I am a self-proclaimed powerlifter, my focus is strength over everything. So my main focus is that I get in those sets, those reps, and at the highest intensity possible with my compound movements. Right. So it'll be the squat, and then I'll get into my accessory movements with the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, the calves. And then my push day is my bench press, and then I go into military press, my 2 compound lifts, the most important lifts of that day, and then I go into a little bit of my accessory movements, and then I do a little bit of triceps. And then I do my pull day, I do deadlifts. So deadlifts takes all my intensity, all my energy, make sure I get those reps in, then I go and I hit back, and then a little bit of biceps at the end.
And regular deadlifts, not sumo deadlifts. Sumo deadlifts are dumb.
Not wussy deadlifts.
Yes, sumo deadlifts are, if you see someone squatting like 5 plates but sumo deadlifting, it's not a real deadlift. I don't count it. I don't count it.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
It looks cool, right? It looks cool.
I don't know about that.
It does nothing. Like, it'll work your glutes a little bit, but like a real deadlift will work your entire leg and your glutes. And
I am a conventional deadlifter, so my feet are at maximum width, shoulder distance apart. So
maybe like 2 inches outside your shoulder, but that's it.
I don't even think I'm there. Either way, so so now I take this push-pull leg, and when I'm training for my sport, which I am right now, I do my first 3 days is power building, and then my next 3 days is a type of power ballistic training. So my first 3 days is what I just explained, is the compound lift and then the accessory lifts afterwards. And then the second half is where I do the same compound lifts to start off, but then I do athletic, ballistic type training afterwards. So this looks like on a deadlift pull day, I do power cleans, I do pull-ups, and I do athletic type of movements that I could mimic those type of movements that I do in a game and training for my sport.
Right.
On a push day, I do my bench press, my military press, and then I do push press. And then I do explosive push-ups. I do landmine press. I do, stuff like that. I do like bench ball tosses, stuff like that. And then for a leg day, I'll do my back squat, and then I'll do my long jumps, my high jumps, my box jumps, my step ups. I do a little bit of hurdles, a little bit of like footwork. And so that way I maximize strength, I maximize my cardiorespiratory system, I maximize agility, quickness, speed, while also gaining the strength and a little bit of mass on the end. So
one thing to talk about, if you want, like if you're not an athlete and you want to like go more of a bodybuilding route, but you want leg strength, in my opinion, and you could talk to a lot of bodybuilders that do this too, you don't need squat. You could do hack squats. Barbell squats will put stress on your joints that you don't want unless you're an athlete. If you're not an athlete, do hack squats because it'll build your legs more. That's a fact. Ask all bodybuilders.
So, right. So,
I love back squat.
If you are coming into the gym with the sole purpose of getting as big as possible, forget the compound lifts.
Yes.
I will argue with the bench press.
I could, yeah.
There are too many studies that show growth of the pec major with the bench press, but I haven't seen too many studies of like the deadlift on the hamstrings or the squats with the quads or anything like that. So hack squat, 100%, massive legs.
Yes. Because you can load up the weight.
Your stabilizer muscles takes away a lot of the energy on these type of compound lifts. So if you're not a power lifter like me or an athlete looking for those stabilizers getting worked, 100% I agree.
Right.
For sure.
But I could agree with you on the bench 100%.
I've seen multiple studies of a correlation with a greater bench press and muscle size. Muscle
You have a big chest, you have a big bench.
So I would still stick
If you're
with
muscular. If you're fat, it doesn't count. I'm just saying.
mass moves mass.
Nothing against fat people, but being fat is not healthy. I'm just going to put that out there.
Next episode, we'll go over fatness.
If you want personal training help, come to eSport on 303 in Bell in Arizona.
Sport and Fitness,
Request
Mars,
Marcos
Arizona.
and me, Zach Swinbourne. Marcos Papakostas. Request us.
We got you. We'll take away the fat.
We'll help you.
We'll melt it off.
Make
All
it
right.
look sexy.
All right. Next episode, I plan on doing nutrition. I want to talk a lot about nutrition, foods, supplements, macros. We'll get into one. It'll be a great one. Carbs, fats, proteins, calories. The biggest thing in all of fitness goals and success is calorie
And your macros.
surplus and deficit, and what you should eat based on your goals. So we'll get into that. I don't know who I'll have on with me, but it'll be nutrition. Really excited for that. I think I want to bring in some studies and some stuff like that. Little sneak peek into that. I put carbs in my pre-workout, and
Don't give them too much.
very strong. Anyways, to follow more content for this podcast, you can find us on Instagram. The handle is Applying Functional Anatomy. I'll be posting reminders for episode releases and anything else that relates to this podcast on there. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to turn on the notification bell. And if you leave me a review, that would be awesome. I'll get to reading reviews on here as the show grows. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to follow this show and leave me a review. That would be great. I'll read those on here as well. If you are listening on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and tell me what you think about what we're talking about in the comments. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Marcos Papakostas, my full name. I tweet motivational quotes every other Monday, and I also put those on my Instagram story and my highlights. Feel free to DM me for any questions, podcast ideas, etc. I am very willing to answer anything you want to ask me. Training advice, nutrition advice, all of that. Even episode ideas, anything you want to talk about. So anything we talked about today, like if you wanted me to dedicate an episode to ballistic training, stuff like that. We'll go more into depth. Where can they find you, Zach?
Well, my Instagram is _robin.swinbourne_8. I don't have a Twitter. But then you can follow me on Snapchat, which is Swinbourne.
Swinbourne.
All right. If you need any help, just like Marco says, DM me, DM him. We can help you with all your workout needs.
All your fit needs.
Nutrition, everything. I might not be on next episode, but I know a good amount of nutrition as well. So.
One episode max guest. You've reached your limit.
I reached my limit? Okay.
All right, guys. You were listening to Applying Functional Anatomy. Make 2022 your year for health, happiness, faith, and accomplishing all of your goals. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back in the next one.
Don't forget, love God, love people.
Jesus loves you.
Amen.